in our lives to fit in. We try to fit into certain groups, certain frats, certain sororities, you know, among certain friends, yet the people we idolize are the ones that stand out. But when you're prepared, there is no fear. There is no fear of failure, because even if you've walked out of something and you feel like you failed at it, your preparation is so strong that you're gonna take that failure and turn it into the outcome you desire. And most people stop at failure, okay? We've all failed at things. I'm gonna continue to fail at stuff, right? It's the most powerful tool you can use, but it all depends on how you use it.
What would your future be like if you decided to want that which you desire so strongly that it prepares you past your fears, that you experience the fear, as the one book says, feel the fear and do it anyway?
Life is 10% what happens to you, is 90% what you do about it. No matter who you are, no matter where you are in life, you can take the lid off of your job. And if you're wondering if you still have the lid on in your life, here are some clues that's gonna let you know that the lid is still on. If you're not excited about waking up in the morning, if you're sitting around bored out of your mind, if you got time to do everything anybody asks you to do, you probably got the lid on. If when you tell your dreams to all your friends, it makes sense to them, you got your lid on, man. Your dreams should not make sense to everybody. You gotta say something that make people go, how you gonna do that? That's when you got the lid off. And if I were you, I'd do that. I'd take the lid off. Makes sense to me, don't it?
They're always gonna get ready to get set to get going. What we've gotta do is, boom, just like that, move into action.
Every time you remember your dream, you're removing some dirt. You're digging it back out. The true mark of a champion is, even though some dirt gets thrown on your dream, instead of letting it get buried, you keep shaking it off. You keep moving forward. You keep looking for a new opportunity. You wouldn't be having that opposition if you didn't have something great in you. If your dream wasn't alive and on track, right on schedule to come to pass, you wouldn't have so many things coming against you. That dream is still alive. You may have tried a year ago, 5 years ago, or 40 years ago. Didn't work out. Nobody was there to help you. Go back. This is your time. This is your moment. Your destiny is calling out to you. Can I tell you, your dream is not dead. It's just not in season. Your time is coming. Promotion is coming. Good breaks are coming. Promises you've been standing on. Dreams you've been praying about. Lack is not your destiny. Constantly struggling, barely getting by is not the end of your story. These light afflictions are for a moment. The adversity is temporary. The glory is eternal. Lord, I believe this is my year to get healthy and whole. This is my year to meet the people of my dreams. This is my year to go further in my career, to step into a new level of my destiny. This is my year to accomplish dreams, to break free from this depression. This is my year to meet the right people. This is my year to get healthy and whole. This is your year to see double. This is your year for vindication, for restoration, for new beginnings. Now get your mind going in the right direction.
Ask yourself one question. Am I a doer or a dabbler? Marketers are doers. They want to sell online and make a profit doing it. Marketers say they make it hard at times, but it's possible. Dabblers say it may be possible, but it's too hard. Marketers have proven plans and frameworks. Dabblers have excuses. Marketers see possibilities. Dabblers see problems. Marketers make it happen. Dabblers let it happen. Marketers sell on Launchcard. Dabblers exist on other platforms. Which are you, a marketer or a dabbler? I am a marketer.
All right, we are live. Hey, everybody, are you a marketer or a dabbler? Can you hear me okay, Candace?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine. It's been a while since we did this. First time we're live streaming on Instagram. Welcome, all Instagram followers.
Hello, hello. Welcome, everyone.
Tell us where you're coming in from.
Yes, say hi in the chat. Tell us where you're tuning in from. I see Keith. Hello, hello. Welcome. The father-daughter duo is back in action. It's been a long time coming. We're excited to be here today. Oh, I'm like, I haven't been in our streaming platform in a while. It's all different.
Okay. Hey, look at that. Do you know where that is, Candace?
I've never heard of it.
Chandler, Arizona. What's going on, Brad? That's where Candace is. She's in Chandler.
I know that is. Small world. Thad, Kim, Lee, Doug. Recovered dabbler on a 12-step process. Honestly, I think we're all recovering dabblers at this point. Ryan, welcome. Welcome, everyone. Well, it's awesome to say hi to some familiar names and to some I haven't seen before. So welcome. If this is your first time seeing us together, you're in for a ride. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. We're going to give some value. We're excited.
Yeah. So I like to stay on time. So with enough of the niceties, the room's filling up. Let me share my screen and Candace is going to get prepared. I'm going to do a little PowerPoint presentation and then we're going to show you some examples and kind of what we want to get prepared for next year. And I've had my head down like crazy working on lead magnets, pocket offers, automations, all kinds of stuff. And so I want everyone to go into this today considering that I want to share this like a philosophy of how to optimize your business. And, you know, Launchcard originally started off as just an e-commerce platform. Then we have Launch CRM. Now we have Launch Ads. Getting ready to launch webinars. And we have all kinds of stuff. We have Launch Google My Business Profile. We have all kinds of cool stuff that we've been working on this 2025. And 2026 is going to be an amazing year. And with AI, we have to be on top of our game, right? So we titled this How to 16x Your Business with AI and Automation. And I'm going to go through a quick little training and a philosophy and a formula. And then from there, what we're going to do is we are going to go into some examples and show you real world exactly what this looks like, okay? So this is something that you can take to the bank. And this is really how the top 1% of all digital marketers, of all businesses really scale their business and they become more profitable. They generate the cash flow they need. And I'm at the point with Launchcart where I have to focus on this. So I remember one of my mentors taught me in the days, if you want to get really good at something, teach it, right? So I'm really good at it, but I haven't taught it for a while. A lot of this PowerPoint slide comes from, or some of it comes from like 2004. It's just timeless information. And it's not going to be that long. So you don't have to get too worried, but do get a piece of paper out and some pen, get notes. If you need to, take some screenshots, ask your questions. We will be here to answer all your questions. And I put this up here. The only one thing that separates the top earners from everyone else in the industry is they've learned how to scale. And you learn how to scale, and you have to do that with these mechanisms and these frameworks. And these mechanisms and frameworks help you scale, right? So there's this thing that I was taught called the 16X formula. And it's L times C times M times F equals gross profit, right? And the L stands for leads, right? Everything in our businesses typically, like most of the time, starts with leads. And leads is where we can get the most leverage because that's the beginning of the funnel, that's the beginning of the customer journey. So leads is something we're going to focus on today. That's what we're focusing on today. But I want to share with you this entire philosophy because if you go from leads and then what to see is customers, right? If we can increase the amount of leads we have in, and then we can increase the amount of customers we get in. Gabriel's trying to call me. It's interrupting my thing here. Tell Gabe we're live. If you can increase the amount of leads you get, then you can increase the amount of customers you get. That's going to be a good thing, right? And then what's M? M is margin. So then we want to say, okay, well, how do we increase our margins? So again, if I go leads times customers times margins, what's F? Frequency. And this is, again, something else that no one really focuses on, but it costs so much money to acquire a customer. We got to focus on, and I need to do better at this too. So I'm speaking to myself, right? Is creating products and creating more value and getting your customers to come back and buy from you again and again. And then last, what that equals is growth potential. So it's a real simple formula, right? Leads, if I could 2x the amount of leads I have, theoretically, I can 2x my business, right? So if I just focus on, I got to get twice as many leads in this week or this month, then I'm going to 2x my business. But then if you figured, okay, now I got 2x my leads coming in, how do I get 2 times more of those people becoming customers? And what I'm getting ready to teach in my next training is going to be about pocket offers. And I'll even talk about that a little bit today. But pocket offers help people go from becoming a lead to becoming a customer. And we want to 2x our customers. Then we want to 2x our margins. Like, okay, now I'm 2x my leads. I figured out a way to get double my people to buy from me. Now, how do I get more margins? Where can I get my efficiencies? How can I change things so I can lower my customer acquisition costs? I can increase my efficiencies, whatever that might be, to increase the margin, right? The margins. And then how do I get them to buy more? What's my return path, right? And theoretically, if you could double your leads, double your customers, double your margins, double your frequency, and you said this is going to be my goal to work on every piece of this puzzle next year, I'm going to 16x my business. Now, do I expect anyone that's actually going to do that? No. Do I expect me to do that? No. But if I do focus on leads, I do focus on customers, I'm going to double my business. I'm going to triple my business. I'm going to quadruple my business. And that's kind of what I want you to start thinking about. Going, what lever in your business with your product, your margin, your e-commerce store, your digital marketing agency, whatever it is, what lever can you leverage to start to implement optimization on each one of these, right? And the one thing that I mentioned already is lead magnets. So lead magnets are the biggest leverage point. This is the point to where I want to get my ideal customer into my wheelhouse. I want to get them listening to me. I want to get them exposed to me. I want to offer them lead magnets. And we're going to show you some cool ways to get lead magnets, both with your traditional opt-in forms, but now with the more traditional AI and AI automation and things of that nature with social media. The Cancer is going to demo. And so we have to keep this in mind. If you want more leads, you need either more lead magnets, which I need more leads. LaunchCart needs more leads. So I've been creating lead magnets for the last month now. And I'm putting a lot of energy and effort in creating really good lead magnets, but I also need better lead magnets because I've created some in the past that weren't very good, right? So that's what we need to think about. Going, if I want more leads for my business, I need more lead magnets or better lead magnets, right? And again, I know that most everybody should know this, but just in case, let's really define what a lead magnet is, right? The purpose of a lead magnet is to provide an irresistible ethical bribe that hits your ideal client profile right between the eyes and compels them to give you their contact information in exchange for that promised bribe, right? It's an ethical bribe. I'm going to give you this in exchange for the right to market to you and to communicate with you. The lead magnet needs to be specific. It needs to be actionable and needs to provide value beyond what was typically expected. And I did come up with some stuff. And by the way, put put a Goldilocks in the chat. Did everyone get and download and look at your Goldilocks lead magnet? That was a new lead magnet that I created. And I want to see if you guys got the Goldilocks lead magnet. And if you got it, put Goldilocks, type Goldilocks in chat to let me know that you got the Goldilocks lead magnet, because I'm going to mention that and talk about that throughout this training. And I want you guys to understand how you figure out and identify who your ideal customer profile is. Not, oh, I market to women, I market to men, or I market to, you want to dial it down. Some people say niche it down, but you want to figure out who is that, not too hot, not too cold, just right. We want to get the just right customer. Okay. All right. I see everyone. Doug says he got it. Thad says he got it. Ryan says he got it. All right, cool. Okay. So since the lead magnet, and I mentioned this a second ago, is the start of the sales funnel, it's the highest leverage point. Okay. So your visitors, your prospects, they want immediate gratification and something they can sink their teeth into now. So let me poll you guys real quick. If you've had a chance to look at the Goldilocks lead magnet and that content, on a scale of 1 to 10, what value would you give it? I don't expect anyone to give it a 10, but I would like to know what value would you give? Give me a 1 to 10 on the value you thought of that lead magnet. And then if you've read it, you know that I'm attracting and trying to use that to attract people who want to identify their ideal customer profile so they can run ads to them, right? And really be effective with their ads, okay? And of course, lead magnets give that to them, right? They want immediate gratification and they want to sink their teeth into it, okay? So another thing I like to say, and I see Michael says he doesn't have it yet. We'll get the link, Michael, and make sure you get it, but it should be in your inbox too. But here's another way to look at it. What is the cheese that your ideal customer wants, right? And I have this mouse hanging, this image of this mouse, right? Because that thought process that a mouse will literally eat through your wall to get to the cheese or get where they want to go. They'll eat through wood and walls and stuff like that. So you got to find their cheese. And the cool thing about AI is you can ask AI, here's my customer, I think, and here's what it is. And in that Goldilocks lead magnet I gave you, there's some instructions on how to use AI to really help you figure out who your ideal customer is. And it gives you a what's called a GPT prompt. You can go to the prompt, you can ask you a few questions, and it'll tell you their age, their gender, all the stuff you need to know. It helps you really identify that is. And then once you identify that in your landing pages, your email marketing, your websites, your brochures, your trade booths, everything you do is going to use that messaging and those words, that information that it targets and speaks to your ideal customer profile. Okay. Now, a couple simple lead magnets everyone knows about, but here's just like a simple landing page that was built by our team. This one goes back a long time ago, actually. My son Gabriel did this one. Porzak Power Distance Formula. Learn the proper setup, connection, and load to take your swing to the next level and beyond. Give me 3 free videos now. Email, first and last name. And then below this, it showed a little bit more information on what was in those 3 free videos. This guy's built a $500,000 a year business or something like that off this lead magnet, okay? Here's one I did way back when. And I told you, this is a presentation from 2004. I didn't even change these slides. 7 key secrets to raising capital. Learn the number one thing professional investors want to see to invest in your venture. Learn what you must address in your presentation to earn respect of all the investors, and learn how to eliminate the mistakes that will make you a money repellent and cause investors to laugh at you as they throw your business plan in the trash can. And see, I said, send me the first video for free. So I'm going to give them the first video of 7. And then from there, they had to buy and become a customer to get the other 6. This really was a great lead magnet to a pocket offer. Okay. Now here's one we did for Kevin Harrington way back in the day. 10 steps to the perfect pitch, how to work a shark into a frenzy to fund your deal. And again, you can see how we're leveraging him being on Shark Tank and his brand and his messaging for his lead magnet. So it just works. So now you guys get all that. And again, More lead magnets, better lead magnets. Create your ideal client profile. Create your client profile. Use your ICP to do that. Then we're going to talk about the growth wheel. Did you have something you want to say?
Yes. So I see a few comments saying you have not received the Goldilocks freebie. So you guys should have received the email. If you cannot find it in spam, you should have received a text. Go ahead and text that number back and say I did not receive my ebook, and I'll make sure we get it to you, okay? Because we want you to have that. Number 2, just to reiterate, because I work with a lot of clients. We work with a lot of a lot of you in our community, and you're using these chat GPTs, the Groks, and even I was talking to a neighbor over here who's running ads. And I was like, you have to train your AI. It like really is like a relationship. It's kind of weird. I know people don't want to think that, but it's like you're nurturing it. You're pouring into this, artificial intelligence to get to know you, to get to know your voice. So I'm always saying, give it more information, give it more information. And now with this ICP to help create the ideal client profile, it's like one of my most favorite things that my dad has introduced to me, because that's been a game changer. Because it's like really now, because you guys probably know it. You're probably in AI and you're probably giving it a lot of information, and I'm saying that, but sometimes you're giving it so much where it's like it doesn't really know who your ideal client profile is, because you're like, I have this avatar, I want this person, where there's certain prompts and questions that you need to answer and give to the AI to really narrow down and get clarity, right? It's kind of like, that's why I say relationship, right? If you're you go on dates, right? To then figure out who you want to be with, who you want to pursue. You're not going to date everyone. So it's just like with the AI prompts and figuring out that ideal client profile, you're narrowing down to figure out who that, dream avatar is, who that ideal client profile is. So you got to work with it, but you do have to nurture it and spend time with it. So I just wanted to pop in and say that, because I'm always like, leverage what's right in front of you. And we're giving you the tools to do that.
Yeah. And along those lines, we could even dig up the link while one of us is talking. I almost got to it, and we'll put it in the Slack here. And I was going to try to set up an automation to show you what we're teaching, but we didn't have a chance to get that done. Got tied up on the phone. But with that being said, like literally, let me kind of expand on what Candace just said a little bit. When you think about that whole term, garbage in, garbage out. Now, AI gives you some pretty good stuff without giving it too much input. But I promise you, when you give it more context, here's my business, here's what it's all about, here's how to do it, here's what's going on, and then here's who I think my ideal client avatar is, it will really fine tune and dial in all your stuff. And then I also want to say this: you could have more than one ideal client profile. Like I could have, like for launch ads, I got small business owners, right? For launch cart, I got influencers, or I got people that want to do merch stores. So there's different ideal client profiles. So you could have multiple ideal client profiles, but your idea is your messaging and your ad speaks to one, not 10, not 5, not 3, 1. And then that's how we get good results. Okay. So going back to the growth flywheel, right? We want to capture a lead. We want to nurture a lead. We want to close a lead. And then we want to evangelize that lead. And I know there's a lot of people on here that, that we've evangelized because you're here and you've been on 100 trainings with us. So we appreciate you. We appreciate you being here. And then in the middle, you got the reactivate. Like, so this is the growth flywheel that kind of ties into the 16x growth formula, right? Going, how do I get more captures? How do I nurture them? How do I get them? How do I close them, have them become customers? How do I evangelize them to become long-term customers? How do I reactivate people that aren't, right? And that's kind of what we want to talk about. And obviously there's multiple ways that we bring in new people, right? Search engine optimization, which, by the way, the newest thing coming up is, and I'm actually going to be starting a new service with this in 2026, is AEO. How many people have heard of AEO? Answer. What's it even stand for? Answer. I forget what it stands for. AEO search engine. What does it stand for, Candace?
Answer. Oh, I thought I was muted. Answer engine optimization.
Yeah. Answer engine optimization. So that means Search engine optimization is the old framework. The new framework is answer engine optimization, which is when people are asking questions in ChatGPT, Perplexity, Claude, Grok, you want your business to come up, right? And so you have to think about your words and your language and your websites and how it's designed, how it's created to answer questions. There was an 805% increase in Christmas shopping over Black Friday, Cyber Monday in search engines from last year. 805% increase. I heard yesterday that Google's click-through rates on their search is down 60%. 60%. You search on Google, the clicks from a search are down 60%. Everyone's starting to use AI. So we have to be AI. And then I saw another case study yesterday where an e-commerce store did a lot of work. It's not easy to get it all done, but they increased their revenues on their e-commerce store. They went from like $150,000 a month to $225,000 a month in 30 days, like literally a 50% increase on a lot of money very, very quickly. Pretty cool. Okay.
Okay. Just to, and maybe let me know if this is what you're saying, Pops, because I didn't even know these stats, but are what you saying, people are not really going to Google. They're going into, let's say, ChatGPT, because I've been doing this. And I'm like, because I'm looking for, I want a Roomba. That's like on my Christmas list. I'm like, I'm in a new apartment, you guys. And it's like almost all like laminate flooring. I have a dog. I have a 5-year-old. I'm mopping and sweeping too much. It's taking too much of my time. So I've been going to ChatGPT and I'm like, what's the best Roomba? So is that what you're saying, that people are going to these AI and they're asking, and that's okay. So that makes sense, because I'm like, oh, I'm one of those. And guess what? I'm going based, and I'm saying, hey, give me the best one. That's the best pet friendly. That's the best kid friendly. And so that means that I'm asking questions and it's answering me based off those questions.
Yeah. And those answers can be provided from the company. So they're not 100% necessarily correct, right? Because it can be getting that information from your website, but it also grabs it from Reddit, it grabs from X, from Facebook and social media accounts. So how you're answering those questions and how you're showing up all over the place is a game. Like, let me say it this way. We are going through, the internet is 100% changing. The internet is changing, and it's changing forever. Like the way we buy, the way we shop, the way we look, the way we use it, the internet is being transformed. Who would have thought that anybody in their right mind could take traffic away from Google?
Yeah.
And not just little traffic. Their Google search traffic is down 30%. Clicks are down 60%. I don't know how accurate that is, but that's what I heard from some guys that are wicked smart. And I'm just going, the internet's changing. So we have to change with it. So I'm excited and really excited, because that's why I told Candace we're going to start training on a weekly basis, because we have opportunity now that we haven't seen in a long time. It's been tough. 2022, 2023, it's been tough. Opportunity is going to be all over the place. And we're going to show you some of that stuff right now. Okay, so we're going to move into that. So let me go back over here. So obviously, we can do search engine optimization, AEO optimization. We can do paid ads, which I'm a paid ad guy. I want more money to pay ads. So I'm like, okay, I got to figure out how to use other people's money to pay my ads, which is my pocket offer playbook. And then I have the traditional media, press releases, radio, podcasts, and then social media, and then of course in person. Today, we're going to talk about social media, right? And so I don't have any more slides. So what I wanted to do with Candace is, one of the things that in Candace's world that's been happening for a long time, years, is, hey, I got this great thing, or this is what's going on. Comment below, right? Comment below. Now, Candace, I have a question to ask you. I was going to try to do this myself, but on my feed, it didn't work. But I was like, if you went to your Instagram feed and you share your Instagram feed right now on screen, and you started searching for a comment below, how many scrolls do you think you have to go before you see somebody using comment below? 1 scroll, 2 scroll, 5 scrolls, 10 scrolls?
I just scrolled three posts.
And then you see somebody using that tactic, comment below?
Yep. And yep.
Okay. So
I'm
now,
just scrolling right now, but I'm like, I just scrolled, I think 10 posts, and I see 4 of them say comment below.
Okay, see, now I scrolled for like 25 pages and didn't see one. So that tells you who's in whose algorithm, right? That's amazing. But if she were to go to every one of those ones that said comment below, and she comment below, and then she went and looked at her little thing and sat here and went and looked at her little thing, she might not get a comment for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, because it's not automated. And what Candace is going to show and demonstrate to you today is how we leverage Launch CRM and our automation tools to do a comment below and then get people to comment and then have automation reply, ask them to jump into your DM, your direct messages, use the direct messages as a methodology to get their email address, to get their phone number, to build a communication with them, to sell them a product, to answer questions, to book confirmations. It's things of that nature. And I got one more slide I forgot. So this slide right here. So there's a study that you can find at gohighlevel.com/MIT-study. And at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, they did a study and they came out and they said, if you get a new lead with your lead magnet and you contact them within the first 5 minutes, you have like a 9,000% chance of, it's like, I don't know what that vertical 9,000 is or 10,000, but it's like, the point is that if you wait 10 minutes, it drops 70%, 80%. If you wait 15 minutes, it drops. If you wait 25 minutes or more to communicate with them, your chance of them ever getting and paying attention to you are practically zero. So you basically have a 5-minute stopwatch. They opt in, comment below. You got a 5-minute stopwatch to get them into communication. Top of mind, and I can't tell you how many times I see this happen in my world. I get a lead magnet, they opt in for lead magnet, we invite them to a webinar, we're emailing them, and they might not see the problem with email. Right? Here's the problem with email. This is why I'm getting Candace. We're going to focus on this in 2026. Sure, the email goes to their inbox, and sure, they maybe look at it, but it might be 20 minutes later. It might be buried by 50 emails below. It might be in the promo tab. It's a great way to communicate, but a better way is through these messengers and these DMs. Because it's instant, and if you use automation, it's instant. You can build instant rapport. You can give them the lead magnet instantly. You can get them. You can make them offers. It's just way different. So, give me your thoughts on all that, Candace. You show them a demo.
Yeah, so I'm going to share a demo of a workflow in a moment, but I just want to reiterate what today's call is about. I'm all about reiteration, you guys, because I know we go over a lot. So I always love to recap while we're doing this. So this training is to put in your head that we want you to get leads. Get leads. Because how are you going to get customers? How are you going to, generate revenue if you do not have a pool of people to go after, right? And of course, you can go after the paid advertisement way, which this works great with. The social media way is the organic way. You can still use paid advertisement for that, but you need leads. And how do you get leads? You need to give them something of value. So that's why we're talking about freebies, ebooks, etc. But you have to nurture. Once you get a lead, you have to nurture them. So you're nurturing them through DMs. You're nurturing them through conversations, through email, through SMS. I know he mentioned email, but another great way, which we're going to show, is getting their phone number and texting them. Because I always tell my dad, he's always on my case. He's like, you're not reading the launch card emails? And I'm like, Dad, if you text me, I'm going to read it. I'm like, it's probably because I'm a marketer's daughter. I opt into everything. You guys, I know this is bad. I'm giving you some gold right now. If you're shopping these Christmas holiday and you see something you want and you're like, you want a better offer, you go add it to your cart and then you leave the cart. You abandon it yourself. Guarantee you, if it's a good company who has smart marketers behind it, you're going to get abandoned cart recovery emails and you're going to get a discount. So I opt into everything because I'm looking for the discounts. I'm looking for the offers. But now my inbox is flooded with emails and I'm like so bad at, going through them. So that's why it's important for the DMs and the texts, because those I do look in because those are not flooded. But anyways, so a recap is just, you guys, we're teaching you, you gotta attract leads. You gotta get leads. You gotta nurture them, but you have to give them something. And here's one way you nurture them is through building workflows in the CRM. So I'm going to share my screen. And I haven't done this in a while. So I'm in my brother's workflow. I'm going to be sharing my brother as an example because I've been working a lot with him. He helps golf coaches scale their golf coaching business, okay, through YouTube. So he needs to gain leads to then go sell them his membership offer, his course offer. So right here, I'm in a workflow. Anytime someone comments the word viral on an Instagram post, it's going to trigger this workflow. Oh,
Oops. My screen was showing. Hold on. So now your screen's showing.
okay. So anytime, you guys, this is for Instagram right now. This is for Instagram. So if you're on Instagram, this is gold. If you're not on Instagram, you're going to be doing Instagram. This is gold. Okay. So again, if at any time someone comments the word viral on a golf influencer post, it's going to trigger this workflow. Anytime someone replies to his story, viral, it's going to trigger this workflow. So if you're used to being on Instagram and you're watching stories, right? Because I'm always coaching my brother. I'm like, show up on stories as well. Because stories is also how you nurture. You have a lot, if you're on social media, you have a lot of silent watchers. They may not engage, they may not react, they may not comment, but they're silently watching. So stories is amazing. So if you're yip yapping away on stories and you're talking about your offer, you're talking about your freebie, you're talking about your lead magnet, you can say, hey, reply with, in this case, viral, and I'll send you over my viral video checklist. Okay. So this is the trigger. Okay. Now, if they comment on a post, if they comment the word viral on an Instagram post, we're going to reply on the comment. Why? Because if you're familiar with social media, a lot of times if I go send you something to your direct inbox, it's going to be put in your promotions tab as well. And you're not going to see it. It's going to be in your message request. So I'm going to comment to every person who commented, hey, DM sent, check your inbox. This checklist is going to change the way on how you think about content. Sent it, go check your DMs. Just sent it, check your messages. So what you're seeing right here is 3 variations. So this system is going to alternate these replies, and I can create more. I can make it look like, so it's not a bot. So it's like, if you're getting flooded with 20 comments, 50 comments, it can alternate between these different responses saying, hey, go check your inbox. Hey, go check your inbox. So just like my pop said, first of all, if they're not getting something within 5 minutes, the attraction's gone, they forgot about it. So now I'm commenting, they're going to get a notification in their notification tab saying, check your inbox. They're going to go, oh, let me go look for that. Okay. So they're going to get a respond on comment. And then I'm going to say, hey, coach, just making sure you still want the viral video checklist. It's the exact process coaches like Greg Jones use to hit 100K plus views and grow online. And I'm going to add a button. I know I'm blowing through this, you guys. I'm just showing you the visual, the demonstration. I'm showing you what's possible. I'm going to add a button that says yes. Okay. So I want them to engage first. I could just give them, say, hey, click here to get this, but I want them to engage. I want to kind of already qualify my leads. I want them to really raise their hand and say they want this. Okay. So now they're going to click yes. Now they're going to go down this big pipeline. Now I will admit, mine's a little bit more extensive. I poured a lot of time in this and I keep growing it. As you can see, you guys, there's ways to simplify this. If you're a beginner, there's ways to just do what I do, like AKA working with me. But just for an example, once they click yes, I'm then going to ask them for their email. Awesome. What's the best email to send the checklist to? So the reason why I said there's a simple way to do this is one thing that you could do is just sending them to an opt-in page, which I'll give you some visuals right now. And that's totally fine. I see a lot of content creators doing that. A lot of other, highly versed business owners in this realm. But Instagram doesn't really love you to leave their platform. So this is why it's so cool that I can just, gain their email, gain their phone number, gain their name all through the DMs and then still deliver them the freebie. Okay. So I ask for their email. Okay. Then I'm going to wait up to 2 hours. If they don't reply within 2 hours, I'm going to go, hey, just checking in. Did you still want the viral video checklist? If so, drop your best email. Okay. So now I'm just blowing through it. I get their email. I add a tag to their contact name. Now that I have their email, the contact is now created in my CRM. Okay. I'm adding a tag saying viral video checklist IG lead because I want to know where these leads are coming from. I want to know they're coming from Instagram, from my opt-in page, from my Facebook page. I want all that data. Okay. I'm going to ask for their name. Same thing. I'm going to wait up to 2 hours. If they don't reply with their name, I'm going to check in with them again. Okay. And then I'm going to deliver. So if people are seeing this right away, right, they're like giving me their email name, they're getting the training and this free delivery within 5 minutes. It's very quick, right? Hey, you want this? Give me your email. Types email. Great. What's your first name to personalize this for you? Great. Okay. Great, Joe. You're good to go. Click below to access the viral video checklist. And then this is the next part that people miss that I'm going to share. I'm really giving it to you all today. So I'm giving them a training video to watch for those who are visual, who like to, watch, and those who like to read. I'm giving them a PDF. Now, here's what's awesome. I want to follow up. I want to automate this. Okay. My brother, he's busy. He's busy coaching now, dozens of coaches. He's in a community. He's on sales calls. He does not have time to be making sure that people are applying and engaging with them. So going back to my screen, let's blow this up. If they click, let's say they don't click on any of the buttons for delivery. I'm going to check in with them. So default timeout means if they don't click on any of my buttons, I'm going to say, hey, just making sure you saw those buttons above. That checklist is the exact process our coaches are using to go viral. Okay. I want them to click. If they clicked the training video, I'm going to wait 1 hour and I'm going to follow up. Hey, checking in. Did you get a chance to watch that video yet? I'm curious. Which part hit home for you the most? I'm asking them a question. I want them to reply. I don't want to just give them something for free and have them run off into the woods. Okay. I want them to continue to engage because we want to nurture, communicate, and then ultimately sell them something. Right. So I'm asking them a question. And then once they reply, that's where I let Gabriel, continue the engagement in the DMs. That's where I let him organically do that because he does love to organically reply. Now, what's something cool is you can actually use AI and, really use bots to continue the conversation. Just in this, circumstance, he wants to follow up personally. But if they don't reply to my question, I will follow up with them again. And I can follow up with them again and again and again and again. So that's what I love about these automations, you guys, is because we want to keep them engaged. We want to be I want golf influencers to be at the forefront. So then ultimately, again, we're nurturing to make the sell. We're nurturing them to say, hey, we have something else for you that can really help grow and scale your golf coaching business. Insert your business. So are you guys liking this? I know you're seeing a complicated workflow screen, but comment below if you're at least grasping this. If you have any questions or comments, leverage this time with us. It's something that I love doing, as my dad knows. And I'm going to give some examples in a moment, but the automations is amazing. Before, as he knows, I was manually replying to everyone. I'm manually checking. Now we can have systems in place. We could have systems in place. Hey, once an email is received, let's send an automated response back to them.
And to me, going back to focusing on this, and here we have this amazing technology that I'm not even using properly, right? So I'm like, Candace, we really got to start implementing this because we get busy doing it for clients. We haven't done it for ourselves. So we're going to start doing a lot of that, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm going to show you how I do it. Now Candace has become an expert at what she just showed you, and you really need her to set yours up for you. And then she can even do what I'm getting ready to show you. But let me show you this new feature we have real quick.
Acknowledge this though, Doug, because I love to acknowledge. I'm the queen of acknowledgement, you guys. Grasping the concept, feeling overwhelmed about how to implement for my business. However, here's what's great, Doug, is you're a part of an amazing community. We're here to help and support. If you are on our CRM, if you're using Launch Ads on LaunchCart CRM, we're here to support you. We want you to utilize the platform. We hear this all the time that people do get overwhelmed, and I understand that. Trust me, I got overwhelmed at first too, being in Launch CRM. And guess what? My dad just threw me with the wolves. He was like, you go learn it. I'm not going to help you. And I was like, and it took me a few months. And then guess what?
They weren't wolves. They weren't wolves. They were little kitties, little kittens.
Yeah, but I would try to bug him, you guys. And he wouldn't help me. He'll help you guys, but not me. But what I'm trying to get at is, since I'm like really self-taught in our CRM and I'm still learning and growing, I'm like, okay, I know how to really dumb this down. I'm like, focus on one area. In this case, focusing on automations. That's it.
Yeah.
We're going to focus on automations
and Doug, here's the easier way to do it. You just hire Candace to do it for you. That's how you do it.
Well, that is also the easiest way.
Watch this for a sec. Let me go to stage. Add to stage. Why is it not bringing up my thing? Okay. No, that's your screen still. Remove. Add to stage. Okay. So now I'm in my account, right? I went over here to the left-hand side. I clicked on automation and I'm going to get build using AI. I click this button. Now watch what I'm going to do. I want to build an IG Instagram automation where I have a comment below word, and then that comment below replies to their comment, asks them to DM me, and then I want to do a DM with them. And then after we get the DM going, I want to turn it over to a conversational AI robot. So I have a little tool on my computer so I can just talk into things. I can talk into anything. So I just talked into the AI, and I'm just going to hit go. And now what's going to happen is the AI little robot is going to go create the automation for us. Now it saves people like Candace some time, but you still have to know how to set it up. You still have to know to configure it and trigger the right tags and do all the kind of stuff. But this is a time saver. So it's just amazing. And this goes back to AI and automation, right? And if you guys are not leveraging the AI in the Launch CRM, you're really missing the boat, because it's going to create this entire automation for me. And all I got to go on is then fix it, update it, get it going. And then while that's doing that, I want to go to another section. And the other thing that we do is Candace had those if then that, do this, then that. Well, what we can also do is we can click on AI agents over here, and we have AI agents that will answer your phone, right? We have a voice AI. They'll answer your phone for you, right? You can even have them do outbound calls for you. We got the Agent Studio, but we have Conversation AI. And the Conversation AI allows you to create agents for different things. So here's our general support bot agent. And we've tied them into these different platforms. And then we have a bot training where we train the bot and the agent to go look at our web crawler, crawls our websites, our frequently asked questions, our file uploads. And again, we have a whole system for doing this. And again, we can do it for you if you want. And what this does is it gives the AI robot all the information it needs. So when you click on the little chat bot over here on the right, it starts asking questions, and you get robot answer questions. They can book phone calls for you. They can put things on your calendar. They can do all that kind of stuff. But most importantly, they can take the handoff from what Candace just said, as long as we train the bots right. And that's a process as well. But once you train the bots right, so going back to like with Gabe's golfers, you train the bot on what the goal is and what you want them to do. It'll have that conversation, and they're smarter, faster than most people. Right?
Yeah.
And people are using these things to make thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars and book lots of calls on their thing. So this is what we wanted to kind of introduce you guys and make sure you guys know these tools are available within Launch CRM. And if you don't got Launch CRM, you need to get Launch CRM. And if you do have Launch CRM, but you're going to do it, it's way overhead, I don't want to do it, but I need it, I'll pay for it, then pay to get it done, because not having it done is leaving money on the table. And things aren't going to, it's just going to get more and more and more and more. So there's that competition out there, and you want the AI doing this stuff and helping you out.
Yeah.
So Philip's asking, this is being streamed to our YouTube channel. So if you ever want to watch a live stream that we do, again, you just go to YouTube and then go to the live tab, and it'll be right there, Philip.
Yeah. So go to LaunchCart YouTube channel, and yeah, the live
I think you're
section.
muted, Candace.
You guys can't hear me?
I saw your lips moving, but I didn't hear you.
Oh no.
That's weird.
Can you hear me now?
Is it me?
Is it me?
Maybe I don't hear her for some reason.
Can you guys hear me?
Can anyone hear Candace? Nothing's changed on my side. We do hear her. Huh, it was me. Must have been me, Candace.
Can you guys hear me?
Everyone says they hear you.
Can you guys still hear me right now? Put in a
I don't
1
hear
if
you.
you can hear me now. Can you guys hear me? Put 1. Okay. I guess, okay, I thought it was me, but maybe it's him. Hear you both. Put in a 1 if you can hear me. Okay, great. Okay, guys. It looks like I left and now he's coming back. I was gonna make a comment, but I got distracted. Oh, I was gonna say, you guys, it's cool with the, which I'm gonna we will answer your question, Keith, in just a second. It's cool with the chat box, the little chat bubble. is you can train it, right? You can put in these different resources to train it. But then let's say someone comes to your website, they see that chat widget, they ask a question that maybe the bot doesn't know. Of course, it'll say like, we'll get back to you. But what's cool is then I can take those questions that people are asking and then, go give our AI agent the answer for the future. So I can get all these questions from our community, write the answers, and then give it to the AI agent, and they can use it for the future. So I love I really love the AI agents. That's just amazing. Let me share my screen because, like, for example, again, here's one of my brother's websites. Right here is, hi there, have a question, text us here. So we can get a text. It'll turn to a text, but it'll be an AI agent automatically responding right away. So that's what's pretty cool. And I love it because as we're driving traffic to this page, because I'm the one who will help be in the conversations tab for him, I'll be the one to help monitor and reply if the AI agent can't. So this just makes my job easier. Okay, let's see. Is my Pops back? I see you in the background.
I am. No, I don't know what happened there.
Okay, so I was just telling them how, I'll just reiterating this, like, the chat widget and how you can really train it, and how if you get questions that it doesn't know, you can use that for data for the future. So Keith was asking, where did it go? Where is the auto chat box located on Launchcart to add that?
Okay, so to answer that question, I'm going to answer Brad's question. My first time seeing Launchcart and Launch CRM, Brad, looks like GHL it is. So, Launchcart we built and I own it. It's my code base, but then we did license and became an agency licenser of Go High Level. And then we call it Launch CRM. And then we integrated it with Launchcart, and then we integrated it with Launch Ads. So what's cool about that is it's amazing technology. And if you ever need any help, you just Google how to do this with this, and you're going to find it. So going back to his question about, you're talking about where to find the chat bot,
like how to add it in the CRM. I could show it.
Okay, so in the CRM, if you go to AI agents, you have the conversation AI here, and that's where you configure the conversation bot and give it all the information. And I think for getting the code to put the bot on your
wouldn't it be under sites and then chat widget?
Oh yeah, you're right. Sites chat widget. That's right. You go to sites, and then chat widgets right here, and then you can get your chat widget right here and set it all up for your. And
website. Then you basically customize like what the chat window looks like, that the little profile icon, and again under that AI section, that's where you train it and give it all the information.
Okay. So Candace, go ahead.
So I'm gonna give some visuals because this call is about getting leads and then automating putting the leads on autopilot and the automations. Okay.
And let me say this real quick as she gets this up. So we want to do the messenger leads. We want to run ads to messenger leads, and we want to do what she just showed, but we still have to have that landing page. You have to have both. You can't do, but you have to have both. You have to have multiple ways for people to get in and get more leads. Remember, we want to double the amount of leads you're getting. If you're not getting any leads, we want 100 times the amount of leads you're getting in, right? So it's about using the tools. And so Candace has got really, really good with our webmaster building some amazing landing pages and websites that are beautiful. So go for it. Take it away.
Yes. And I just want to add another comment, because this is something that I've been getting from my clients, from my business besties. They want to build more. They want to rebrand. They want to launch this. They want to do this. And it's like the new shiny object syndrome. Trust me, my dad and I, we get it as well. And while that's all great, it's like still delaying you it's leaving money on the table, right? It's delaying you from generating revenue income. So you need that list. If you have no list, you have no customers. So that's why, again, we're always pushing, create the lead magnet. Create the automations. They matter so much. They grow your audience on autopilot. So now I'm going to show you some opt-in pages, because again, once you now have this ebook, you have this freebie, you need to point the audience to go get it. So I'm going to give some visuals of, again, some that I've built, some that our webmaster has built. So I have a couple golf ones for us. So this is a very simple lead magnet, you guys. They don't have to be complicated. Literally, this is the opt-in page for one of our golf coaches. Okay. Free video course, master the core fundamentals of golf, simple proven techniques trusted by 130,000 plus golfers, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Gain access to course, a pop-up asking just for an email. Okay. So now we have Ali, our golf coach. He gets to go on YouTube. He gets to go on email, wherever. Well, not email because we want their email. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and he gets to promote this URL and bring them here. We're going to give something free in return for an email. Okay. So here's one simple one, very simple. Here's another one, still simple. We added a little preview of what's inside for this one. We have the Trust Sherpa. Kim, I'm not sure if you're still here, but I saw Kim was here. We're giving away a Trust Starter Kit. This one's a little bit more lengthier. It's giving more detail. I do love this. I love the simple ones, and I will love the ones like this because now we're really nurturing, building trust from this landing page. This one's super beautiful. Get your free Trust Starter Kit. We're getting their phone number and email. Okay. Here's another one that I just built for one of my business besties. Okay. So we did another pretty one. We're giving away like a
journal, isn't it?
No, I'm going to share that in just a second. This is a guide to hear God's voice. It's a guide to know if you're hearing God and not yourself. So this is for the faith-based girlies. And here's what's cool with this one is once they opt in on the thank you page, we're doing an immediate upsell. So here's a little gentle companion. And now we're selling a journal, a print-on-demand journal. So if you guys know me, you guys also know I'm a print-on-demand queen. That's the main thing that I do on launch cart side. I help, I've coached hundreds of coaches. I've built hundreds of stores on how to launch merch stores with print-on-demand. And really quick, pull me back on camera, Pops. This was a print-on-demand journal. I went to go test my workflow that we built, and I ordered the journal, and I just got in the mail yesterday. So look at this nice print-on-demand journal. So you guys, I just, this was about, I want to say $12 to $15 profit for us. It's very small, but we got free a lead, and now we're making some money, right, to reinvest back into the business. So look, this is a print-on-demand journal. I did not have to pack this. I did not have to ship this. I did not have to do nothing. Print-on-demand, baby, and I love it. Super nice. So I just wanted to show that. So that's just something else you guys can do is create the lead magnet, and then you can have on the thank you page a little bit of an upsell. And then how do I put this back on screen? Here we go. And then here's another example. This is the one that I built for myself a long time ago. A lot of you maybe have seen this. Elevate your branding with the ultimate branding checklist. And I didn't pull up the thank you page on this one, but also on this thank you page, I'm then upselling a full branding blueprint bundle upsell. So that's what's cool about these opt-in pages. You can just have an opt-in, give them a freebie, gain their email, nurture them and sell them, or have an upsell. So you really are, when he says you really are leaving money on the table, you're truly leaving money on the table. So you got to get that, figure out who you're, what's your offer, who's the ideal client profile, what's that ebook, what's that freebie that you can create, and then go give it to them. Go build a list of people who need exactly what that solution is, right? Find the problem, offer a solution.
Yeah, and going back to what Candace was saying about our client Trust Sherpa, we help them build their brand, their website, their logos, their messaging, their strategy. We're now working on the webinar, but we're kind of got that it's more into a cruise control now. We're now fine tuning and testing and optimizing. So let me show you one thing that we're doing to increase the amount of leads, okay? And you've heard me talk about this over and over and over again. It's called split testing. Let me remove Candace's screen and add my screen. So here we're split testing. Here's the page Candace showed you. But then we said, okay, let's create a different page that's white background, a little different headline, a little bit different, and let's see the results. So here's the results. Look at this. This one is converting at 22%. This one's converting at 19%. Now, I typically won't call it a day until I get at least 500 on each side. So once I have 500, so 1,000 people have gone to this split test, Then we'll say, okay, if let's say 1,000 people come here, this one's at 22, this one's at 19. That's a 2%, basically a 3%, just under a 3% conversion. Well, 3% is better, right? So now we're going to say, okay, this is the winner, and let's start a new split test. And then we're constantly split testing what we're doing, because when you, oops, I got the wrong, I keep it in the wrong screen. When you split test, then what you're doing is you're figuring out, hey, if I can get 2% increase here, 3% increase here, 4% increase here, sometimes you get 5 or 10% increase. It rocks your world. It really brings in a lot more leads than before. So that's cool about the technology is like you set up the split test, you duplicate the control, you change a headline, a couple things, hit go, and then let the traffic do it and figure out your split test. So we're doing split tests on all of our clients and all of our sites. And that's actually that part of our done for you service is we want to set things up to help you optimize, because if you can get 3% this month and 3% next month and 3% the next month and 2% the next month and 1% the next month, and you get it right. 10 months down the road, we've increased 30%. And again, as smart as we are and as good as we are, the audience is really going to tell us who's right.
Yep. Yeah. It's not what we want. Right. It's not about us. It's about our audience. It's about our customer. Again, it's like I go and working with clients. They're like, what do you think? And I'm like, I don't know what I think. I mean, I know what I think, but I'm like, it's your audience. We have to go ask your audience. And going back to the automations, because I'm loving automations. When someone opts in for the free trust starter kit, they get an automatic thank you email, thank you text with instant delivery. Then they're going to get up to, I think it's 4 days of follow-up. Okay. And then after that, and mind you, in those follow-up emails, we want to get them on a call. We want to book them on a call. Okay. And guess what? If they don't book a call yet, that's fine. We're then, once they're out of that, delivery workflow, we're going to add them to a newsletter. So then they're going to continue to be nurtured, because what we don't want, you guys, is you do gain this list and they're just sitting there and they're getting stale. That's what we don't want. So that's why automations are important. So when you are generating a list, and although they might not be a customer this week, next week, a month from now, you still have systems and automations in place to nurture them. Because guess what? People are silent watchers. They need to see that I need to go find the stat. Maybe you know it, Pops, because he's the one who taught it to me years ago, but maybe it's changed. It's like they need to see the product like 20 times before they make the buy. So that's why it's like you want to like be in their email, be in their text, be in their DMs, be on the social media posts, run the ads. They need to see it over and over. You need to build trust and credibility before they can make the purchase. Now, some people, they're impulsive. They'll buy right there. So I'm not saying that's not possible. I'm just saying typically you have to nurture. So what you want is these automations to already nurture your list. And I wanted to do some simple math. My own personal case study, you guys, I have a small list for one of my brands. The list was 340 emails. I went to go promote a product. This was last year now, but I remember this was like a big win for me because it was one of my first launches that I was like, I'm going to promote this. And I made from 340 people, you guys, I made 10 sales and made over $5,000 from emailing my own database. And I'm going to admit that database, I did not nurture that much. So I'm over here telling you to nurture, but I went and I promoted something and I made over $5,000. As a mama, that's amazing. That's extra cash in my pocket. And I'm leaving money on the table because I'm not constantly nurturing my list. Just like my dad said, we're pouring a lot into our clients. We're going to start doing it for ourselves. So I just wanted to give a real case study of someone who has a small list, who needs to nurture more, who promoted a product that I got introduced to, and I made over $5,000. So what are you leaving on the table by not growing a list? What opportunities? And also think just like this. I know we're talking about money. We're serving. We're here to serve. You're here to serve. You have a product. Kim, she has a product to serve. Yes, the money is great. We all have families. We all need to provide, right? But you're ultimately in service. You're serving. So not only are you leaving money on the table for yourself, you're leaving the opportunity to help someone else and give them, give them something that could be, who knows, life-changing, right?
Exactly. No, and again, that's what Kim does is life changing. I'm going to put in the link. So if anyone needs to get a trust set up, you got to go get your starter kit. So here's the link I'm put in here. So if anyone does not have a trust and you think a will is what you need, you need more than will. Will's not going to cut it. You need a trust. So, okay. So here's where we're at. Let's open it for Q&A. Now I saw somebody, where to go? Let me back here.
Yes. Ask your questions. If we missed them, please write them again.
So Robbie's saying, how much is Launch CRM? I sent a link in the chat to Launch CRM. And if you go to Launch Cart and then scroll to the bottom, there's a link to Launch CRM, but we're switching the domains over here soon. We have what do we have? We have a $97 a month liftoff plan. We have a $197 a month growth plan. And we have the $297 a month scale plan. Now the $297 a month plan comes with Launch Ads. So look, if you really want to have all the tools, all the bells and whistles, the AI, the conversation AI, all this kind of stuff, and you get the $297, and this is not an expense. Now there's a learning curve, and if you hire Candace to do some of this stuff, or us, we'll help you get it up and rolling, and then you just have to learn how to maintain it. It's not that hard to maintain it. There's a lot to learn when you have to create it, but it's a money making act. It's a money maker. It's not don't think of Launch CRM and this tool as an expense. Well, I can't afford that. No, you can't afford not to have it. You have to spend the time, and the work is in setting it up and getting these emails. So go back to the Trust Sherpa. They opt in for this, book a call, book a call, book a call, value, book a call, value, book a call. They don't book a call, put them into another workflow that gives them an email once a week for 52 weeks, for a whole year. Because not everyone's ready to do a trust today. You got to drip on them. And if we start bringing thousands and thousands of people in the funnel, no one has time to keep that in order, right? So you got to set the systems and you got to set the strategy. So here's what we're going to do if you guys are interested.
Before you say what you're going to say, this is like what he's just saying. This is the foundation. So yeah, the nitty gritty, the work is setting this all up, but then it's the foundation, so it can run on autopilot. Okay. And then I just want to say this because I know I see some names of those who are on the LaunchCart e-commerce side. So just in case you're not aware, our CRM is integrated with LaunchCart, right? So if you're watching this and you have the merch stores and you're making money with the merch, it's integrated. So you need this to do your marketing. When people, buy products from you, you want to make sure you're nurturing them. How do you love the product? You're emailing them when you have a new launch coming out. So I just wanted to make note of that because I see some names on here if I know you are on the LaunchCart side of it and you might not be on the CRM, and just so the two work together.
Right. No, what I was going to say is we know there's a lot of people in our community that want this, need this, but they don't have time to do it. They don't want to get that. They would just soon pay to get it done. So we only take on 1 or 2 clients a month. And like I said, Trust Sherpa is kind of in that all the heavy lifting's been done. So we got room for like 1 more client, maybe 2. And Candace will be doing the work. So if this is something you're interested in, you can go to gregryder.com, and I'll put the link in the chat too. And you can book a strategy call. And with that strategy call, I'm going to ask you some questions as far as what you want to do, what you want to accomplish. And the ranges can be from $1,500 to $5,000, depending if, hey, I want a simple landing page, simple automations, and this, that, and the other thing. And if you want a more elaborate, so you kind of know what you're looking at, then we get it done for you. Mm-hmm. And Candace will get it done for you. And Candace is really, being the single mom and having a little baby, she's got her workload, and she's become really, really good at these automations and doing what's going on. And plus she understands social media better than this old geezers.
Yeah.
So let us know any thoughts or questions you have. Yeah.
So get on a strategy call, you guys. We want to help you and serve you. So again, the call is to meet you where you're at. Again, just to reiterate, I just got a client, or my last client. She wanted to do a lot of things, and I loved it. I was like, I love it. I could charge you a lot of money for this, but I was like, I'm not going to do that right now. I'm like, foundation. I'm like, let's do the foundation. Let's take that off, and then we can move on. So again, let's get on the strategy call to see where you're at, what you need. And if you want the done for you, that's what we're here for. That's what I'm here for. I just want to answer a question that was way up, I think, from Keith. You asked about the abandoned cart. You can do abandoned cart recovery emails in the CRM. So again, that's just another automation. That's, hey, if they abandon the cart, what you have to set it up. Now in LaunchCart, because you're probably familiar with that, Keith, we have those already like automatically integrated, they go out for you, but in the CRM, you have to build them yourself. But that is there for you.
And the launch cart, you should edit them.
Yeah.
Even though they're pre-written and pre-built, you should go in there and edit them. And there's going to be some new news coming out with launch cart next year and some of the stuff we're working on, but we're really focused on getting this whole full tech stack to really help businesses do everything.
Yes.
And here's a good question. Oh, wait, what question did you put up? That one?
Melanie, yeah, I was say Melanie booked the call. I'll be on the call as well. It's his calendar, but I'll be on the call as well. And let's talk so I can help you set things up. Jim, I just want to know, it's investing in self. Exactly. You guys, the reason why I know we haven't been doing trainings lately together, him and I, but we're back on track. I just went through some big life changes, which I'll probably share in the new year. So things have been a lot of different in my life. Beautiful things, of course. But we're going to get back on doing trainings together to offer value. We love the father-daughter duo. And the time is now. We're about to be in 2026. So whatever you didn't do in 2025 that you said you needed to do, that you should do, that you've been on these trainings before and you're like, I should be doing this. I could be doing this. That's why we're like, book a call. Let's not repeat what we didn't do this year. Let's start 2026 off strong. Let's not leave leads on the table. Let's not leave money on the table. Let's be of service. Let's help those. Let's give back. Yeah.
No, and then there's a good question from Mr. Harvey. There really isn't a training and launch academy that walks you through this step by step. There's all kinds of training in there, and you could probably find it, but I don't know where it would be. And there's nothing specifically about this. And I did just create a new training called the Pocket Offer Playbook. And the Pocket Offer Playbook, we're going to do another, I'll talk about that at a different time. But what Candace was talking about, upsells, I've renamed them. They're now called Pocket Offers. So you can't call them upsells anymore, Candace. You can say, I got my pocket offer.
Okay.
And I am really focused on lead magnets and pocket offers with the intention of basically using credit cards to pay for my ad spend and scale my company, right? Because if I can spend $1,000 on ads and get my $1,000 back before the credit cards due, now I'm using credit card money interest-free to scale my business. And we do that with lead magnets and pocket offers and automation, right? So this is just the first step, and there's going to be more and more steps. And again, teaching it is what we love to do, and we're doing it too. It's not like we're not doing it. I'm doing it as well. So, and I just love that journal you just sent me. Like, send me the link. I want to go buy one. That's awesome.
Yeah, because I just want to
Mary or something.
Yeah, the reason I love this, you guys, because we wanted our Pocket Offer to be a more intensive ebook, like basically a prayer. I'm blanking on the word. What's that word where it's like the devotional? We wanted to make our own devotional, but the time traveling, there was traveling happening. So I was like, oh, well, let's just do a journal. And guess what? This took me 5 minutes to make. And then I launch it. Now we're going to be promoting it. So this is great.
And there's nothing better than getting something physical in your new customer's hands. And now they have a customer as opposed to a prospect.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's about evangelizing them, giving value, and then making offers that are going to help them, their lives, and help serve them. So
yeah.
Robbie wants a link to that opt-in page, Candace.
I was like, I'm going to send you a link to the opt-in page to Robbie. I know it's super girly, you guys, but if you have some girlies and women in your life, she chose faith. Super cute. I just shared the link. It's shechosefaith.com, but I just shared the link. Oh, wait. Maybe you have to share it. Or no, did it share, you guys?
Yeah, it did.
Okay.
No, and now they should be clickable in the thing. And this is the first time we did Instagram, and that went pretty good. A little stacked on Instagram. We got 20,000 followers.
Oh,
we got to re-engage on
stacked?
Instagram. Yeah.
Oh, I was like, what is? Oh, wow, you guys.
Yeah. So we're live on Launchcart's Instagram for the first time ever, and we have 21,000 followers. We got to re-engage and get those people going. Candace is going to be really mad when she sees that wall.
What?
She's going to be like, "What have you been doing, Dad?" Oh.
Wait, what wall? What are you talking
about? The Instagram. Launchcart's Instagram. I'm gonna remove her the minute she starts yelling, because I don't want you guys to see her yelling.
Oh no, what did you do? Oh God. Oh goodness. We'll leave that for the off-air comments. So. You guys, who misses the father-daughter duo? Who knows us? Who misses us? If you don't miss us, that's fine too. You're like, actually, great domain. I know, Keith, isn't that great? This is actually a fun story that I'm not going to share yet because this is actually one of my clients and we're in the process. We just finished this foundation and we're going to start some testing and then launch this. And we're going to be using launch ads, which is exciting. And it'll be exciting because I love just getting case studies of like landing pages for freebies, like what we can generate as far as a list. So we did a whole rebrand, Keith, and we changed the name, and this ended up becoming the name. And I was like, the domain's available. It's a God story, you guys. So that'll be another testimony to share early next year. But super cool.
Okay. Any last questions, and we'll call it. We'll wrap it up.
Yes, wrap it up. It's been so fun, guys. I've seen some names on here, so thank you for tuning in and giving us your time. Again, if you didn't get the Goldilocks, what's the name again? Sorry, the Goldilocks.
I put that link in there. It's like the Goldilocks Customer Blueprint.
Goldilocks Customer Blueprint. Again, if you didn't get it, go ahead. You should have received a text from us, so go ahead and text back. I mean, he shared the link just in case. Text. And
yes. Speaking of that, check your email. And if it's in spam or if it's in the promo tab, move it to the primary tab or get it out of spam. We don't get spam a lot, but sometimes we hit the promo tab.
Yeah.
But you should have got it when you from your registration. And you can always email support@launchcart.com going, I didn't get my Goldilocks Customer Blueprint, and we'll send it to you there too.
Yeah. And Robbie, I see your comment. I missed the duo. I was kind of getting worried. Don't get worried. If you're ever worried, you guys don't hesitate to reach out to us. A lot of things have been happening, good things, frustrating things, but we're working in the background. We are working. 2026 is going to be an amazing year. I mean, I know we say that every year, but every year truly has been transformational years. But just know we are working in the background. We are pouring into LaunchCart. My dad, he's a workhorse. I don't know how he does it, but we are here. And like I said, we're going to get back on tracks with training. Like I said, I had some personal things happen in my life that I'm just now getting back on my feet. So I'm excited to be back and showing my face to you guys in the community. So just stay tuned. Like he said, there's going to be some big updates coming soon, good updates. And don't be worried. We're here.
Yeah. And Keith's asking, what is the done for you price? Is it depending upon what you want done? Yes. And if you want just a landing page and then the chat bot, give a price. Well, see, it kind of goes back to if you were on my call and I'm asking you about that, I'm like, okay, so we want a landing page and you want a chat bot, but don't you want the automations? And do you want email automations? Do you want ringless voicemails to go out? Do you want text messages to go out? Oh, well, then you got to get your phone number set up. You got to get your ATP set up. So there's like one mechanism might trigger 3 or 4 mechanisms, and maybe you have all that, maybe you don't have it. So that's the idea of having a call. And we're just kind of talk it through of what you're looking at. And then I would probably take it to the next level as part of a strategy call going, okay, now we got the lead magnet. What's the pocket offer? And where does that lead? What's the core offer? Like, how do we monetize that lead magnet? And so I want to strategize with you about that and then find out what that is. But again, we're talking about a minimum of about $1,500 to kind of really kind of get us engaged and get our time to implement that for you. And then it could go up from there.
Yes.
Yeah, Deidre. We understand that too, Deidre. So I've been on a roller coaster for 2024. It's been quite the year. But okay, any other questions? I hope that answered you, Keith.
And then Deidre, I think if you're also Deidre, refresh my memory, message me, Deidre. I think if I'm correct, you invested in profits.click. So that there's your product right there. Your product's right there. So message me and we'll chat, Deidre. Thank you, Keith. It's good to see your name too, Keith. Awesome.
Hey, Keith, I'm getting ready to head to Arizona for Christmas to see Candace and Kamaya, but I'm also going to be popping in over at the America AmFest, Charlie Kirk's TPUSA event. I'm pretty excited about that. Okay, last call. I don't see any other questions, so I want to say thank you, Candace. I love you. You're amazing as usual. We appreciate all of you, and keep your eye out for more of these trainings. We're going to start doing them on a regular basis. So we're going to just pick out one particular piece of the technology and go deeper in it, pick out another piece, go deeper in it, pick out another piece, go deeper in it. And when appropriate, if we can help you by doing a done for you service, we will. But really, I want you guys using the software, right? That's really the big thing. Thank you, Doug. Appreciate you.
Yes.
Thank you, Jana Ray.
Yes. Thank you, guys. Share the links are at the footer, gregwriter.com/calendar to book a call, Keith. So gregwriter.com/calendar. Yes, thank you, Brad. Melanie, it's so nice to see some familiar names. Okay, Dad, sign us off. Don't you dare.
Okay. And as I always do what we do. Wake up every day with an attitude of gratitude and tell somebody you love them.
And you'll
Have a great
better
day.
day.
Merry Christmas.
Yes. Merry Christmas. Bye, everyone.